It all began on a lazy Saturday morning when Bob was digging through Gru's garage in search of banana chips and instead discovered a dusty cardboard box. Inside were spray cans, bright red, banana yellow, electric blue, and glittery green. Kevin's goggles lit up instantly. Stuart strummed a triumphant chord on his ukulele. To the minions, these weren't just spray cans. They were magic wands for making boring walls explode with color. Without a second thought, they loaded the cans into a rusty wagon and rolled toward the dullest street in Minionville, a row of gray brick walls that looked as if they'd never laughed a day in their life. Their first masterpiece began with Kevin tracing giant bananas with sunglasses, Stuart adding swirls of rainbow musical notes, and Bob carefully painting his teddy bear riding a skateboard. Soon, every wall told a silly story. Bananas blasting off like rockets, minions breakdancing on pizza slices, and even a giant smiley face made entirely from yellow polka dots. Passers-by stopped to laugh, take pictures, and even dance a little. The street felt alive. That is, until a sudden flash of pink and purple shimmered across the wall, wiping out their banana-rific designs. A familiar villain's voice echoed from above. "Well, well, well, looks like someone's playing in my alley." It was Balthazar Bratt, the mullet-wearing, moonwalk-strutting ultimate 80s villain. He whipped out his own cans of neon spray paint, tagged over their work with his trademark symbols, pixelated skulls, Rubik's cube patterns, and boomboxes with angry eyes. He even used a laser Rubik-esque cube trap to pin one of their banana murals under a flashing force field. The minions watched in shock as their bright colors disappeared under Bratt's retro villain art. Bob's bottom lip wobbled, Kevin's fists clenched. Stuart plucked a single sad note. But then Kevin's eyes narrowed. This was war, not a fight with punches, but a battle of color, creativity, and rhythm. The minions knew exactly where to strike back. That night, they rolled their wagon into the heart of the city armed with an upgraded arsenal. Paint-filled bananas, washable sidewalk chalk grenades, and a giant boombox to blast their own battle soundtrack. Kevin painted giant arrows on the pavement leading to their tag zone, where Stuart played a funky ukulele riff that echoed off the walls. Bob hurled a paint banana that splatted perfectly into a starburst on the wall. But before they could finish their comeback mural, Bratt appeared again, this time moonwalking down the sidewalk, spinning his boombox and blasting out 80s villain beats so loud the street lamps flickered. That's when Kevin challenged him to settle things the minion way, a street dance-off. Whoever could wow the crowd more would claim the walls for good. Bratt smirked, flipped his collar, and started his routine. He slid, spun, and tossed his Rubik's cube trap in the air, catching it without missing a beat. The crowd oohed and awed, but the minions had teamwork. Stuart played his fastest ukulele riff ever. Kevin busted out the banana slide, a move involving both knees and a lot of silly faces, and Bob invented the teddy spin, where he twirled with his teddy bear above his head until he fell over laughing. They sprayed paint in perfect rhythm, tagging bursts of color with each dance step. The crowd's cheers grew louder with every minion move. Bratt tried to top them with a neon robot dance, but Bob countered by skidding across the pavement with 2 paint bananas in his hands, leaving a glittery trail. Kevin pulled out the ultimate finale, a giant chalk drawing of the crowd itself, complete with smiling faces and dancing feet, drawn so fast it looked like magic. By the end, every inch of wall was covered in joy, bright, wild, and unmistakably minion. Bratt stood frozen for a moment, then sighed dramatically, tossing his spray can in the air before catching it in a bow. "Fine," he said. "You win this time." He strutted away, leaving the minions to soak in the victory. Kevin, Stuart, and Bob looked at their masterpiece, an explosion of bananas, music, and color that told the whole story of their graffiti battle. The crowd started clapping in unison, then chanting, "Minion, Minion," until the heroes took a bow. By the time they wheeled their empty spray cans and ukulele home, the street was buzzing with new energy. People were already taking selfies with the murals. Kids were playing hopscotch over the chalk patterns, and someone even started handing out bananas in celebration. The Minions had turned a gray alley into the brightest spot in the city, and in their own silly way, had won a battle not just of art, but of fun. That night, Bob fell asleep clutching his teddy, dreaming of more walls to brighten. Stuart slept with his ukulele still strapped to his chest. Kevin lay awake just long enough to sketch their next mural idea: Minion superheroes versus giant banana monster. The war with Bratt might be over for now, but the graffiti groove had only just begun.